top of the morning, guys. I think this is the first video I've ever done in the morning. Crazy, right? But anyways, top of the morning. Hello and welcome to Kule's Kitchen. My name is Kulegani. If you didn't know, now you know. Welcome to my channel, guys. If you are new here, please do like, subscribe, comment, share it with your friends, share it with your sister, share it with your brother. Do whatever, however, whenever. Trying to get to that 1,000 subscribers, so please, by any means necessary. Also, I need to get there. Come on, I'm almost there. I think I'm on like 760. I'm really close, so please just show as much love and support as you can, and let's get to it. So guys, today is the first episode of the European section of the Around the World series. I'm gonna start with something that originated from England. One of my favorite meals, honestly, of all time, and I mean, it is morning, so it's time for breakfast. We need to do a full English. I want the sausage, I want the bacon, I want the toast, the beans, everything. So I'm gonna have a very full plate. I'm gonna show you guys how to do it because it's actually very simple. It just involves frying and, you know, toasting the bread, then you're done. It's really simple, but it can come out so flavorful. One day, I think if I ever own a restaurant, breakfast needs to be on the menu. I think it is the most important meal of the day. And it's just so nice. It's so nice having some crispy bacon, having some beans, having some sauteed, you know, garlic butter mushrooms. It just makes the world of sense. So I'm just gonna take you through like a step-by-step process of the entire thing. It's not gonna be too complicated. In terms of my eggs, I'm a normal human being, so I like my eggs over hard. However, I realize that some of you are terrorists, and you know that's okay. I don't understand why some of you guys like sunny side up eggs. If you like your egg that runny, just save yourself a pan, save yourself some sunlight, and just crack the egg open in your mouth. It's the same thing. But anyways, you know, I'm not here to judge you guys. It's okay, I'm not here to judge. I like my eggs over hard, so I'm gonna do both variations to show you guys. It is a little bit more aesthetically pleasing to have a sunny side up egg on a plate, so that's probably the route I'm gonna take. Not that I'm gonna eat it, but I'll just show you guys how to do it. I'll show you my ingredients, show you how I do things. It's gonna be very easy, very simple, and hopefully by the end of this you'll be able to do a knockout full English. Guys, I don't know anyone who does not like a full English breakfast. It's just a staple. It just makes so much sense. It's a lot of food. It's so worth it. So let's get to it. So for me, as a rule of thumb, what I try to do is do all of the vegetables first before the meats. It just makes the cleaning process a little bit easier. So I'll start off with the mushrooms, then do a light wipe of the pan, then onto the tomato, do another light wipe, then I'll move on to the eggs. Then I'll finish off with the bacon and the sausages. Bacon takes quite a long time, especially because I really like my bacon like hella crispy. So I have to start off there. Then I'll move on to the sausages to finish off. I usually do my toast in the oven. I just like how oven toast tastes for some odd reason. So I'm gonna do that, and then everything is pretty much done. I'm just getting started with the pan. A little bit of butter mixed with olive oil. Right, mixing with olive oil helps the butter not to burn. Okay, we don't want the butter burning. So I've just added the diced garlic. Give that a good mix, but it should come along quite nicely. I think these are looking clean. I'm gonna do a taste test in a bit. I just want them to brown a little bit more. You can see they're looking a little bit white in certain portions. So we're just gonna let them brown a bit. Luckily the water's kind of evaporating now. They're really gonna saute quite nicely now. So let's give that another 5 or so minutes. These are sauteed mushrooms. You dig? If you were to smell this, you'd probably start crying. Okay, so guys, now that I'm done with the mushrooms, it's time to go on to the tomatoes, right? So I'm just gonna add a little bit of olive oil and a little bit of butter to the pan. Then we're just gonna saute them, but I wanna saute them at a high heat. I really like that look where the tomato is kind of like slightly charred on the outside, but it's still not mushy. I don't like mushy tomatoes. So if I can somehow maintain a little bit of crunchiness in the middle, but if I can just, you know, saute the outsides perfectly, then that would be best case scenario. So heating up a little bit of butter and olive oil at a very high heat, and it's just gonna go on kind of vibes. All that vapor is just gonna go away, all that, you know, moisture is just gonna go away. From there we move on to the eggs, which is also another important part. I'm just gonna teach you some things that I learned via cooking eggs. After that we're gonna finish off with the bacon and the sausages, pop some toast into the oven. We are then done with our full English. Luckily the beans don't require much preparation or any preparation at all, just requires taking them out the can and putting them into something that looks nice. So, almost done, ladies and gentlemen, we're almost done. Yeah, I was just informed that load shedding is heading in the next 40 minutes. So, it's the digital dash right now. I'm just trying to make sure that I push as much as possible. But I'm almost done, so let's get to it. So we can see that our butter is slightly brown. Let's get these tomatoes on. So now you heard that sound as soon as the tomato hit the pan. That was just high heat, which is exactly what I want. I did lower the heat down a little bit because I don't want to burn them. Don't mind that, dog, it's just gone gorting. Ugh. But now the tomatoes are really gonna move quite nicely. I'm gonna flip them after about 2 minutes on each side, and they should be ready to serve. Okay guys, so now we're gonna move on to the most important part of the entire dish, the eggs. Now with eggs, cook them at a pretty low heat, right? It takes some time, that's fine, but the last thing you want is the border of the egg frying really quickly, and you've seen, I can assure you, you've seen that, where there will be a brown crust on the outside of the egg. The middle of the egg ends up not even being cooked properly, which leads to you having a very well done egg white, but a hardly done yolk. I personally can't stand that. So what I decide to do is that cook on a pretty low heat. I'd say low to medium heat. A little bit of olive oil and a little bit of butter as well. That mixture, you can never go wrong with that mixture, honestly. And then in terms of adding salt, now with salt, a lot of the moisture from whatever you're cooking will be pulled away due to the salt. So in order for you not to make your eggs dry while cooking them and possibly mess up the entire process of cooking, add your salt at the end. I personally prefer using this iodinated salt. Don't forget to add the salt at the end. You can add pepper during if you like your eggs with pepper. Personally, I'm just gonna season with salt. Don't add salt in the beginning. I promise you your egg won't come up. Add your eggs slowly, right? There we go. Okay, so these are the sunny side up eggs loading. You can see that they're cooking slowly. Okay, so now we're gonna hit the last leg of the race. All we need to do now is just finish off the bacon. Well, start the bacon, then finish it, and then move on to the sausages. Do those. I'm currently doing the toast in the oven at the moment. Just getting the toast started. Then I'm gonna finish off with the meat. Everything else is done. Sausages are just so tricky. They'll burn on one side and then not cook on the other. In terms of my bacon, I like to cook it until it's crispy. After that, I put it on a paper towel just to absorb the rest of the oil. I promise you that oil adds up, especially if you're dieting, it adds up. So put it on a paper towel and it'll just allow it to crisp up just a little bit more once that excess moisture is gone. So, last leg, let's go. So now that the bacon's in, you should make sure that each strand has adequate space. I'm hungry and lazy, which is why I kind of cramped the pan. But yeah, we're just gonna let it sit for about 4 or 5 minutes on each side, or however long you would like. The idea is to get them as crispy as you would like. Some people don't like crispy bacon, and that's okay. So now that the bacon is nice and crispy, nice and brown, we can take it off. Just place it on, paper towel. Okay, so we're gonna finish off with the sausages. I just put them in, and I kept the fat from the bacon just for some extra flavor. I turned the heat down a little bit. We don't want them cooking too quickly. So the full English breakfast, which originated in 1840, was seen as a delicacy at the time and was mostly consumed during the weekend. It did, however, start to lose popularity during the Second World War due to a scarcity of bacon and eggs. This dish has miraculously stayed the same throughout decades, probably due to it being an easy-to-cook yet hearty and delicious meal. The English breakfast you see here is missing one common element, black pudding, which is typically made from pork blood. Best part of the show, the taste test! So, for this one, all the other ingredients are pretty much standard. I just wanted to taste the mushrooms in particular. The garlic was a perfect addition to the mushrooms. The eggs, nice and hard, just how I like it. Tomato came out a little bit softer than I'd anticipated. So, really good, really packed with flavor. Just really like tomato. That sweet vibe adds, it's just perfect. And then lastly, woo, that's hot. Sausage also came out cooked, juicy. Overall, I'm very, very happy. That brings us to the end of the episode, okay? However, I'm coming next week. I know I will. I might even start doing double drops in a week. See how that works out for me. And I think time-wise it would help me get through the series a lot faster, because I want to start incorporating friends and so on and so forth, obviously once lockdown is done. But folks, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. 1,000 is very close. 1,000 is knocking on the door. I can hear it outside. It's knocking on the door. See you soon, and signing out.